Hello, hope everyone is doing well. I am baking today. I am baking French bread, yes. And the smell right now, I already have it in the oven and the smell is just so wonderful. So keep on watching, you'll see me take it out shortly. Now I have in this bowl 3 cups of flour, but I'm only going to add in at least roughly about 2 cups. And because I'm using instant yeast, I'm going to add in my sugar and my salt. So you have about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and you have 2 teaspoons of sugar. This is a French bread. I don't really want it real sweet. I am actually making this to go with my beef stew, so it doesn't have to have so much flavor. It's my sop it up bread. I'm going to add 1 packet of instant yeast. If you don't have instant yeast, you can use active yeast. The only difference is the first thing you would do before adding your flour would be to activate this by putting this in warm water with a little bit of sugar or just warm water and letting it sit till it's about foamy for about 10 minutes. And then you would add it in later. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil. And of course, I cannot find my tablespoon. It's a half a tablespoon. If you're using a mixer, I'm starting off with my paddle. And I'm going to add 1 cup of warm water. Do not make your water too hot. Nice and warm is fine. If it's too hot, it's going to kill the yeast. So I'm going to add about 1 cup there. Nice warm. And I'm going to just mix it until it gets together. Then I'm going to change my hooks. I'm going to start adding flour, the remaining cup of the flour. But I want to make sure that it's not going to be dry, so I may not have to use all of it. It's not pulling away. I just wanted to pull away from the sides a little. This is my old cheap Hamilton Beach is fighting today. You're fighting today. Don't give up on me yet. Don't give up. Alrighty, I'm going to turn it off because it's trying to give up, but it's pulled away from the sides. So now I'm going to add my dough hook, and we're going to let the machine do the kneading. Or you can do it by hand. This is not a labor-intensive bread. If you're going to knead by hand, probably about 6 to 8 minutes. And now the fun begins. Okay. I'm going to remove this. So you want to knead until it's still just a little tacky to the hand, but smooth. And I want to grease the bowl. I'm just going to knead this just a little before I put it in the bowl. Now you can either spread or just roll it around like I'm doing. And now you want to cover it. You want to cover it and put it in a nice warm place until it doubles up in size. I'm just going to go old school and use my towel. If you got a tea towel, that's perfect. Not aluminum foil, but hey, if that's all you have, and you can wrap the bowl up in saran wrap. You can also, you got a bonnet, little hair bonnet, which is perfect. Let's take one more peek. And we'll see you in about an hour or until it's doubled in size. As you can see, it has definitely risen up, maybe risen a little bit too much, because of course I'm in here doing 500 things, right? So you're just gonna punch it down and cover it up for 30 more minutes. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna punch it down. And we're going to go ahead and let it out here, because we're just going to shape it now. And you don't really want a lot of flour. You can use oiled hands, wet hands. Now I'm just going to make a rectangle. You can roll this out. I'm not rolling it out, but you can. Into a little rectangle, just a small one. About 20-something years ago, I won't give you all the details because I'll be giving up my age then. I would say about 20-something years ago. And it's so funny, I can still remember. I had a dream, one of the best dreams I've ever had in my life. And I can't tell you all the specifics of it, but the feeling that I had when I had this dream, when I woke up, to continue to still have that feeling. Basically, I had a dream that I was baking bread. And I wasn't using a mixer, y'all. I was using my hands, and I was just kneading the dough. And I just remember the smell of the bread after it came out of the oven. It was just wonderful. And it's so strange. I can remember that dream even now. I guess baking bread can be, therapy. The smell. I don't care how bad the bread comes out. When you put it in the oven and it's baking, it's the best thing ever. So for any of you guys who don't do bread making, just give it a try. Just give it a try. Now, as you can see, I've rolled it into a little I have rolled it into an oblong shape. The seam is down. And I'm just going to, just taper the ends just a little bit ahead. And I'm going to add it to this pan. You don't have to use a parchment paper. I did. And what I'm going to do, let's see if I can get just a little longer. I'm going to make sure your seams are on the bottom. And we're going to let this rise again for about 25-30 minutes. And then we're going to put some slashes or some gashes in it that you typically see with French loaves. So just making it little edges on here, and I'm going to cover it once again. I am back. Have a little egg wash. You can do an egg wash with just egg whites and water, or you can just do a whole egg with a little bit of water. And that's what I'm going to do. But you know, with the price of eggs, I'm going to scramble this up after what's remaining, right? I hated to even do this. Look, you do not have to do an egg wash. The purpose of an egg wash, I mean, it looks pretty, right? It just looks pretty. Nice and glossy, beautiful color. It is pretty. It really is. And if you don't do this towards the end of your baking, you can just brush it with some nice butter. Make it, if you want it nice and soft. So I'm just going to go ahead and just brush this on. And you got to be careful because this can deflate. Alrighty, so I have that done. And it looks like it's time for me to get some new knives because my knives haven't been as sharp as I would like. So this is where you really have to be careful because you just want a nice little slash, but you don't want to depress it. And I think my knives need some nice sharpening. I don't know if you can even sharpen these or do I just need to buy some new ones. And I don't have any razor blades, so I feel like I'm doing surgery of some sort. Oh, please don't deflate on me, not while I'm making a video. Normally these knives are super sharp. Alright, this is just going to have to do. It's just going to have to do. Hey, sometimes in life things don't always turn out perfectly, right? So you're going to set your oven on 375 and you're going to cook this between 25 and 30 minutes. And this is so you can create a stain to make that crusty top. Okay. I'm just going to add a few things of ice in that pan. And now I'm going to stick my bread in there. Okay, I'm just taking it out the oven. And my inner fat lady said to go ahead and butter it. So I buttered this, okay? I couldn't resist. Even though I wouldn't, it's still crusty, okay? But I had to butter it. So, hopefully y'all can see. I mean, it smells so good. It really does. And I just can't wait to have this with my beef stew. I know it's a little rustic looking, but that's all right. I'll let you know how it tastes shortly.
That bread smells good.
I have cut my French bread, and look at that. Oh, nice and soft on the inside. And not as crusty as it would have been if I wouldn't have gave in to the call of the butter. But hey, I love butter. And it was calling me. This is perfect to go with. And hopefully you'll check out that video. My beef stew. That'll sop up all those juices, all that sauce. So thank you again for watching. don't forget to check out the beef stew video. This is also good. You can make it, you can do your chili, any of those soups. It's great to go with those soups. And even a nice little sub. You got Super Bowl coming up. You can make a nice little giant sub with this, right? So it's a lot of things that you can do with a nice little French bread. So again, thank you. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Are you a baker? Let me know. What's your favorite thing to bake? Alrighty. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.